Hey guys, we're taking on some online in Forza Motorsport 7. Let's go, 3, 2, 1, and rear end a Mustang. Yeah, I'm doing a live voiceover for this. I'm not really gonna talk while I record this, but I will commentate over the footage. Mainly because I played a lot of Forza Horizon 5 online, but I never really played Forza Motorsport online, so I figured, you know what? Let's get it going. Let's make a series out of this. And as of right now, I'm just showing how much of a noob I am at this game. We're driving a Sylvia out. I don't remember the year. I think it's the 95 if I recall correctly. I will edit that in at some point. But anyways, coming up to this turn, I kind of start to realize the driving lines in this game are not exactly something you want to follow. Now, I say that because after I made these series of races, I went through and practiced. But I kind of held my own. So me and 8th place, we're really duking it out. I forget what car it is. I'm sure it's gonna come up. I think it's a Holden or something like that. Maybe a old Nissan, something like that. But anyways, he gets right behind me here and almost with no effort, he does eventually get around me, but I seem to start putting up a fight. Here we are. He gets around me right here. Yeah. Obviously, I couldn't really match him. Now, I didn't really... Oh, he does go wide, and I go around him again, so it's like, hey, I'm not exactly too much of a noob. You're going to have to do some work. And, of course, at that point, I don't think he's too happy. He's just riding behind me the entire time, trying to tell me, hey, I'm here. Aberranth is taking a bath in the sand. A little bit of contact made there. Right behind... I'm going to have to figure out what car that is. I want to say it's a Nissan. I'm not too sure, but... Anyways. The Aberranth, he gets right back around me. He obviously has straight line speed over me. In a car that hasn't really been tuned for online. It's been mainly for the single-player racing campaign against Drivatars, which they aren't exactly the best. Now, here I am staying in it. I'm in last place, but I'm saying, you know what? If I'm going to go down, I'm going to go down swinging. So I'm trying to catch up with these guys. I know they have straight line speed, but I'm trying to take the corners as fast as I possibly can. As you can see, the line's still pretty much red as I go through. Aberranth, I think, realizes this. He gets a little squirrely on that turn. Of course, he seems to be having trouble keeping it going. Seems like every corner he's steering. Here he spins the tires. Goes off course right, not so much into the grass, but almost. Around this bend here, he seems to think that I'm better than what I am, because he's just not letting me catch up, but here on the corner, I slowly catch back up, goes off course again. He is desperate to not let me pass. This big U-turn, I'm not sure about the name. I probably should get the names of these before I start doing this commentary, but either way, me and his Aberranth are really duking it out as much as I'm behind him. He decides he goes way too wide during that turn, goes into the grass, back into the grass on that side. I get around him, and I say, screw it, we're on our way. And unfortunately, I don't really catch up to these guys, so I'm just going to go ahead and skip to the end of the race, finishing in a nice, comfortable 7th place. Now, here we are in the Lamborghini Merkin? I'm going to have to go back through and figure that car out. Yeah, I recorded this Thursday. It is now Saturday, so my memory's not exactly the best, but either way, I don't rear-end anyone, but that Miata gets around me pretty easily, but I get around the Mustang. At least for right now. I'm trying my hardest to get around, but I brake way too late. And what looks like a Trans Am gets right beside me, and he proves that his V8 is a little better than whatever engine I got in here. I think it's a V6. I could be wrong. He gets a little squirrely around that corner. Mustang says, hey, payback, I'm going to get back around you. At this point, I start to really learn the Lamborghini again. It's been a while since I've driven this thing. Anyways, I got someone riding right behind me as I'm just trying my hardest just to catch up to these muscle cars. But of course, straight line speed is their forte. Okay, it looks like a Miata is right behind me. Don't want to spoil it for you guys. I know exactly what it is, but I can let you guys know. Now, this turn, I get a little squirrely. I'm trying to get away from that car as best I can. Yep, there's the Miata, the Zoom Zoom, Flame Rod vehicle. But, he doesn't really get it back around me. I keep going just because it's, well, that's all I can do it right now. Trying my hardest to catch up to these, muscle cars. But, of course, straight line speed, I can't compete with that. So, I just spend the rest of the time battling this Miata for 8th place. I'm trying to keep it held together. Because I know the Miata, being small and fast and lightweight, it's probably going to get me on the corner. So, I'm trying to keep as much speed as I can. I keep getting swirly around these turns. My braking is not the best. I really need to go back and practice. Even though I have been for the last couple of days. And lo and behold, a little bit of contact there made. That Miata is really proven to be a little desperate as far as trying to get around me. But I'm not going to give up without a fight. You guys should know me by now. If I go down, I'm going to go down swinging. Had to take a little sip of my pop there. You know, being from Ohio, I call it pop. Now, there I get a little swirly around that turn again. I don't know what it is about me in that corner. It seems like I may have broken its sister's heart, but I honestly don't remember if that actually happened or what her name was, so don't worry, it's going to really get me later on. Now, here's when I really get to know the car, because I'm starting to really learn how to brake and really keep it on the track. But of course, that Miata really likes to try and put the pressure on me. He gets pretty close, and that indicator just shows he is trying his hardest to get around this classic hypercar, if you can call it a hypercar. But hey, anyways, here I almost completely lose it. Rear end starts to really show that it's not really tuned very well, unfortunately. I really probably should have went through and tuned these cars before I even tried racing, but hey, you live and you learn. And of course, that Miata, I can't stress it enough, he is trying his hardest. He's right behind me the entire time. I get squirrely on that turn again. He's trying to take advantage every time, but I almost have an answer every time. A little bit of contact there. He makes a pretty bad judgment call, but we forgive him. We forgive him. It's racing. I'm still on the track. He hasn't pushed me off. Now, I take this turn way too wide. Go off course there. And he tries to take advantage. And again, way too wide. Oh, he almost gets me. We're almost side by side, but I keep the car under control. I start going. I'm hoping I get enough distance between me and him. Trying to really use that straight line speed. Now I completely screw up and start braking way too late. Go off course, take the turn way too wide, and lo and behold, he decides, you know what? This guy messed up. I'm taking advantage. I'm getting around this guy. And finally, he gets around me. And at this point, I don't really know if I can catch up, but I stay in it. I try to give him as much pressure as he gave me, but as we see, he's really got it under control. I start getting frustrated, start mowing the lawn and such. I kind of stay on the side here, thinking, you know what, I'm good, but the dirt under my car says otherwise. Finishing in 9th, another second to last place build. Now, here I am in a classic American muscle car, a GTO Judge. And this race, I actually do a lot better than what I thought. Now, that Aberrant, he's really trying to show that that tiny little car can really do some stuff, but I get around him pretty easily during this first bend. And just for a Mercedes-Benz to get right back around me, he's showing his V8 is a little bit better than mine. Amaranth, a little bit of contact made, almost spins me out. Puts a little bit of scratches on right over my tail light there, but I'm still on the track, so I'm not too worried about it. Anyways, we keep on going. I'm showing how all 8 cylinders can really do some work during these straights until this bend comes around. I think it's the BMW that starts to really catch up. Really great driver. He shows me, hey, look, you got some training to do, bud. Anyways, he almost gets around me. I try staying in it, but go way too wide. Cut in front of him. Get in his line. He rear ends me, and he gets around me as karma says it should happen, as I kind of caused an accident. I slowed him down just a little bit on accident. But it is what it is. He goes a little wide. I'm thinking I might be able to catch up with him. I'm keeping up with him pretty good. But he takes a really good line and just starts pulling away from me. But this Integra says, nope, we're going to get around you. That muscle car ain't nothing to me. He starts catching up to that BMW, and those two really start duking it out here. Now, I don't know what possessed me to keep going with this, but I'm thinking, you know what, I might be able to catch up with these guys, because around these bends, they seem to slow down quite a bit. Seems like they have no turning radius, and I'm just trying to take the corners as tightly as I possibly can. Cut as much time as possible, just to try and stay in the race. Try and use these straights to my advantage. It is a muscle car after all, it should have straight line speed. But it seems like every time I do that, I completely misjudge my braking distance and don't really take the corners as tightly as I want to. But either way, here I am sitting at 7th place. We're gonna keep on going here. I'm really showing that I'm starting to get my bearings back in racing games. I haven't really played one in, up till now, quite a few months, not gonna lie. And plus that Forza Horizon 5 is on a different type of engine, so it's easier but not easier. It's still kind of realistic, but this game's a little more realistic, so it really shows, hey, noob during all this. Now, I'm not sure what happened here, but I somehow get around Flame PC, or Drift PC is his name, and I'm not sure if he rewinded, if he crashed, or what. I didn't quite see. But either way, I decided to take advantage of it, and I just try to keep going. Try to hang on to this lead as best as I possibly can. Using corners to my advantage, just trying to stay as far away as I can. He's slowly catching up, though. I seem to get him on some of these straights, but seems like every time I go to take a turn, he seems to slowly get closer and closer. Either way, I'm not giving up. I'm going down. Well, I'm not going down without a fight, so I'm pushing my motor to the point where it's probably going to melt down. 5th gear, it's shown to be a little too heavy for this hill. Gonna have to go back and find a car that can handle just about any track. Either way, I seem to be topping out at 150 miles an hour during the strike. Now, this is where Drift PC, or Drift FPC, Drift FPC, whatever his name is, I can't see on this tiny little screen right now. He's really starting to show that he is catching up with me. He's 2.5 seconds away, 2.4 seconds away from me right now. And that number is right now just slowly getting smaller and smaller until it gets to the corners. And then I just gotta hope I get around him fast enough to try and get enough speed so I can get around to the next one, because it seems like I can handle turns a little sharper than him. But of course, we're hitting these rather large straightaways, so his German automobile, German engineering is going to prove to be a little too much for this American muscle car to handle. But I keep him here at the 1.5 second mark, but that does not seem to be enough. think he actually gets me around this corner here. Nah, he just really closes the gap. Right now, still sitting at 1.5 seconds. I'm hoping I can keep it together during these last few turns, but there he is right behind me. He's under a second away, and he's slowly creeping up. He's half a second away. I start slowing down. I don't want to overdo this. There's the hazard marker letting me know, hey, he's close by. We're going, we're going, we're going. We get to the S-bend or whatever it's called. I really need to go back through. Here he is. He gets right, almost right around me. I take that turn too wide, and he says, nope. Not today. He's getting back around me. Put me in 6th place. I'm hoping I can catch up with him though, since he is pretty close by, and he's not really gaining too much at once. But then, of course, we get these bends, and it just shows, hey, his German automobile, engineered by the Germans, is showing, hey, it's not a saying. They actually have some really good engineering behind what they make. He goes and crosses the finish line. I'm not too much farther behind, finishing in 6th place. And with that, all that said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the video there. If you liked the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. I'm going to try and keep these videos going at least once a week, maybe Wednesday or Thursday every week. With that being said, I hope you guys have a great day. See you all in the next one. Later.